All right, shalom, shalom. First and foremost, I want to give all the praises, all honor, and glory to my power, Yahweh, Bahashem, Yahweh Shai, Bahashem, Rachakadash. That will honor to my elders and apostles of Great Millstone, who rule well and teach well, being great examples to us younger brothers. Peace and blessings to all full elect, Lord willing to be a part of that number. I'm the brother Quadar from the GMX Bench Chicago. Come back with another video. This video is going to be entitled, I would entitle this video, Laugh Not With Him and Weep Not at His Follies. Okay, because this morning, I was doing my daily read, when I was reading the Sirach 30, and call all Yahweh Shemau Shai. It's 10:44 right now, and I was reading the Sirach 30 as well, and if you read it in the in this website, the BibleGateway.com, it says bringing up children, and I was reading a few scriptures, and it reminded me of this clip by Denzel Washington, and when his son asked him, why don't you like me? And he basically gave him the breakdown. Like, nigga, I'll take care of you. All right. It ain't my job to like you. It's my job to take care of you, man. I'm not your friend. I'm your father. So let me play this clip, then we'll read this Sirach 30. All right, because this world has a distorted view of what a parent is, man. And nowadays these especially women, they're friends with their children. And that breeds contempt. All right, that familiarity. All right, that disrespect. All right, there has to be a separation, man. Hey, at the end of the day, you are that child's parent. Okay, so let me play this clip, and Lord willing, satisfying.
Can I ask you a question?
And fair use as well. Fair use. I'll put the copyright disclaimer in the description.
The hell you got to ask me, Mr. Stewicki, the one you got the questions for.
How come you ain't never liked me?
Like you? Who the hell said I got to like you? What law is there say I got to like you? Want to stand up in front of my face and ask a damn fool-ass question like that? Talking about liking somebody. Come here, boy, when I talk to you. Straighten up, goddammit. I asked you a question. What law is there say I got to like you?
None.
All right, then. Don't you eat every day? Answer me when I talk to you. Don't you eat every day?
Yeah.
Nigga, as long as you in my house, you put a sir on the end of it when you talk to me.
Yes, sir.
You eat every day.
Yes, sir.
Got a roof over your head.
Yes, sir.
Got clothes on your back.
Yes, sir.
Why you think that is?
Because of you?
Hell, I know it's because of me. But why do you think that is?
Because you like me?
Like you. I go out of here every morning. I bust my butt putting up with them crackers every day because I like you. You're about the biggest fool I ever saw. It's my job. It's my responsibility. A man is supposed to take care of his family. You live in my house, fill your belly with my food, put your behind on my bed because you're my son. Because I like you, because it's my duty to take care of you. I owe a responsibility to you. Now let's get this straight right here and now before I go along any further. I ain't got to like you. Mr. Rand don't give me my money come payday because he like me. He give it to me because he owe me. Now I don't give you everything I got to give you. I give you your life. Me and your mama worked that out between us, and liking your black ass wasn't part of the bargain. Now don't you go through life worrying about whether somebody like you or not. You best be making sure they're doing right by you. You understand what I'm saying?
Yes, sir.
Then get the hell out of my face and get on down to that A&P.
All right, now that was on point, man. That was on point. So let's read this Sirach 30 and 1. It says, "He that loveth his son calls to him often, all right, to feel the rod, that he may have joy of him in the end." All right, and that's what a father and a parent is supposed to do. All right. It says because when I was younger, I was in elementary school, and some dudes was asking for someone's favorite Bible verse, And the dude said, spare the rod, please the child. You know, which that's not a scripture. That's not a scripture, man. You know, and I remember that to this day. You know, and that's how you know these Christians are fucking wicked, man. You know, adding and taking away from the scriptures. All right, because this is what the scripture said. This is Proverbs 13:24. He that spareth his rod, okay, hateth his son. Okay, but he that loveth him, chasteth him betimes. All right, meaning early. So if you really love your child, you're going to correct his mistakes. You are going to be on his ass. All right, like the Lord is on us. All right, as it says in Hebrews 12. All right, we have had fathers which chasten us for their own pleasure. All right, the Lord chastens us the same way because he loves us. Okay, you're going to correct him for his wrongs and teach him why it's wrong. For him not to do that again, so he won't grow up to be a nigga, a pookie, and a ray-ray. Okay, because nowadays in this generation, these people don't discipline their children, man. Their children become monsters. All right, because the scripture says folly is set in the heart of a child. Matter of fact, let me see that. Folly, heart, child. Salakia. I think it's foolishness. Yep, this is Proverbs 22:15. It says foolishness is bound in the heart of a child. Okay, so hey, kids do goofy shit. They do they like to test the waters. You know, they do things they shouldn't do. All right, verse. Let's continue to read Salaki. It says, but the rod of correction shall drive it far from him. All right, so whooping his ass. That's what the scriptures promotes. All right. Now, obviously, there's a balance to everything that we're teaching. The scripture says, be not a lion in thy household. All right, so don't be a lion in your household. You just spazzing out about everything. All right, the scripture does teach patience. The scripture does teach long suffering. All right. So there's a balance in everything, man. All right, but we're not. The scripture says to not wink at your child's follies, man. You know. So let's continue to read. It says, he that chastiseth his son shall have joy in him and shall rejoice in him among his acquaintances. All right, because you got his ass together. And now he's acting as he should. All right, and that's something that you could brag about. Hey, look at my son here, naughty, responsible. Okay. Verse 3, he that teacheth his son grieveth the enemy. All right, and that's why Esau does what he does today. All right, because the wickedness that he pushes out. All right, because first and foremost, your parents are doing your parents are doing 8 to 10 to 12. So like I'm gonna say 8 to 12 hour shifts at work. Meanwhile, your children is being indoctrinated by this devil. Okay. The shit he watched, let's say he watching Coco Melon, whatever, that shit is indoctrination. The cartoon he's watching is indoctrination. Okay? The music he listening to, when he gets older, the music he listens to, and these rappers that Esau set up as an influence over him, all right, to further promote him to being a degenerate nigga. But if you teach him the right way, you're grieving the enemy. All right? Esau don't want prince of power. He wants a nigga. Okay? Esau don't want no he don't want no Israel. He don't want to see no Israel. He wants to see a nigga, man. These elites. Okay? That's they don't want to see that, man. All right, it says, and before his friends he shall rejoice of him, though his father die, yet he is as though he were not dead, for he have left one behind that is like himself. Let's continue to read. It says, while he lived, he saw and rejoiced in him. When he died, he was not sorrowful. He left behind him an avenger against his enemies, and one that shall requite kindness to his friends. It says, he that maketh too much of his son shall bind up his wounds, and his bowels will be troubled at every cry. All right, so let's read that in the the good news translation to GNT. It says, but anyone who spoils his son will have to bandage his wounds. His heart will stop every time he hears a shout. All right. So let's continue to read. It says, "And horse not broken becometh headstrong." All right. So just like an animal, you gotta break it. All right. You gotta break that stubbornness. All right. So when you mount that horse, now you're controlling where he goes. What if he's stubborn? He's just doing his own thing. You know. And the law talks about a rebellious child. Okay, it says, and a child left to himself will be willful. Okay, it says, conquer thy child, and he shall make thee afraid. Play with him, and he will bring thee to heaviness. All right, laugh not with him. This is the point. Laugh not with him, lest thou have sorrow with him, and lest thou gnash thy teeth in the end. All right, me personally, when I was my pops is is West African, man. He's an Israelite. West African Jake, moved over here, and in my younger years, my pops barely laughed with me, barely smiled at me, and I was in that spirit of this nigga right here. So like, it's all good. No need to show it, but the point still stands. But I was in the spirit of this nigga right here, man. Why don't you like me? I legit thought my pops didn't like me. But I obviously didn't know better, but when I came into the truth, we understand why it's like that, my dad he had a very good job back in his home country, but following behind my mom, came to America, worked hard, but Esau, devil's the devil, man. This is hell. All right, but it had to happen because I had to prophesy. So now that I'm in the truth, I actually understand that now. So just laughing with people all the time, and that builds comfortable ability. All right, how do you say that word? Comfortability. Okay. Now people at ease to just say anything they want to you. Niggas get passive aggressive. All right. Discreetly disrespectful. Hey, but if you're not laughing at them, hey, that keeps them at bay. That keeps them on edge. That keeps them second guessing. Verse 11, give him no liberty in his youth and wink not at his follies. All right. And that's what a lot of these people do now. They wink at these child's follies. And now this guy grows up, or this woman grows up. And now he's in a grown man's body with a mind of a child, impulsive and emotional, no self-control. And that's a dangerous combination, to have a mind of a child in the body of a man, And same thing with a woman. The scripture says she opened her quiver to every arrow. You letting her run the streets. Okay. Scripture says to keep a watch over her impudent daughter. You letting her run the streets. Now she getting rotted out by Pookie and Ray Ray. All right. Listening to Sexy Red and all these horror rappers, man, that Esau set up. Okay, verse 12, it says, bow down his neck while he is young and beat him on the sides while he is a child, lest he wax stubborn. So you got to break that. You got to break that, man. All right, it says, and be disobedient unto thee, so bring sorrow to thine heart. Okay, so that stuff has to be put away with. Otherwise this dude is going to be, this dude is going to grow up and become a gremlin. Like Kodak said, a super gremlin. All right, these niggas are super gremlin, man. These niggas these niggas here with the shiesties on, these little niggas with the shiesties on, man. All right, sagging to their pants. All right, 2 sizes under. With the pants is 2 sizes under what it should be. This niggas, man. Scripture says, menstruous woman shall bring forth monsters. These niggas are monsters, man. Okay, so let's continue to read. It says, verse 13, chastise thy son and hold him to labor. All right, so keep him busy. All right, put him to work. It says, lest his lewd behavior be an offense unto thee. Okay. Hey, so discipline him. All right, give him a duty. Okay. Because, hey, the scripture says, idleness bringeth much sin. All right, just paraphrasing that scripture, man. So if you ain't got nothing to do, are you eventually gonna do some? You eventually gonna end up doing some shit some shit that's not profitable, man. You know, just gonna be out here doing shit. That's what these niggas do, man. They just be doing shit. All right, you gonna end up a fucking nigga, man. Waking up 7 a.m. at the gas station in the corner till 11 at night. All right. So I just wanted to bring out that this quick lesson, man. You know, laugh not with him and wink not at his follies, man. You know, so Lord willing, I pray this lesson was edifying. I want to give all praise, honor, and glory unto Yahweh, Bahashim, Yahweh Shai, Bahashim, Chakwadash. That will honor to the apostles and elders of Great Millstone. Peace and blessings to those who elect. Lord willing, we be a part of that number. Shalom, Kwame Sharala, Wild Bible Ball. So like a Bible Ball.